Hello everyone, LRon here with part 20 of my Total Terraria World Annihilation. And so, as I suspected at the end of the previous video, it looks like I'm done jumping in and out of Terraria to check that other guy's sound issues. I'm glad that we finally figured that out. Um, it was all Gaben's fault after all. That little prick cost us several months. Well, in any case, we're now moving along. Still forgetting that I need to wait until the morning to get the next old man to spawn. And probably if I was actually building NPC housing, I could have averted this whole situation because the clother would move in and it would be very obvious that Skeletron died. But that would probably be too big of a violation of the goals of this um, project to have player housing. I mean, I guess I could temporarily set it up and destroy those as the last of it, but that just seems a bit counterintuitive. Because for the most part, if I actually need anything from a vendor, I can just go back to Town where I have every single NPC. And so, going through the efforts of building houses of the right specifications for the 20-something NPCs, only to destroy it to meet total world annihilation. It seems like just a colossal waste of setup time. Because we know that it's going to be destroyed and it's of very limited utility. Like, this would probably be one of 2 or 3 cases where it actually means something. But this world will eventually have player housing once I'm out of world annihilation mode and into museum mode. But that's beyond the scope of this project. That's a future project, and we can't cross the streams with that kind of stuff yet because the goals of those 2 different projects in this particular regard are conflicting with each other. And so priority goes to the present parameters. So no easy detection for us. And in the end, it doesn't end up wasting too much time. You know, really the worst of it was just the stress I went through uh, with all this. Okay, so I think what happened there was I was hoping that quitting and logging back in would magically make him appear, kind of using that as like a plan B. Or actually, maybe it was that I thought that he had walked in too deep, like just repeatedly fell around, and he's, somewhere way at the bottom of the dungeon, and so quitting would kind of reset him back into place. I'm not sure what the thought process was, because at this point, this was like a month ago, or not a month ago, more 2 weeks ago. But at this point, I'm relatively sure that after not finding him this time around, I do start heading east for a change. But for the time being, we're continuing west, hoping to find the old man. But as you've probably guessed from what I've been saying, those hopes don't end up becoming a reality. So we'll have to wait another day or two before the big epiphany arrives. But as I've said earlier, at least I have the sense to continue mining and be generally productive while I'm waiting for an old man that's never going to appear. And actually, you may have noticed that I've upgraded from the Pwn hammer to a lunar hammer. I forget, that might be the Nebula one. But in any case, I had this hope that I could just hammer away the back walls of the dungeon and essentially bypass Skeletron, or at least gain safe passage to the old man so that I can initiate the Skeletron fight without risk of getting a Dungeon Guardian to interfere. You don't see me attempting to do this because I actually attempted to do this on another world. I took Cat Althum over to Shakuris to kind of assist with a project that was taking us many hours to do, and we were kind of losing our momentum, and it was one of those things that the drill containment unit was essentially designed to do. Basically, we wanted a horizontal equivalent of a elevator, roughly halfway through the underground part of the map. So not necessarily the underground lair, but more so the space below where we placed our house, halfway between that and True Bottom. I'm not actually going to be able to finish the story in this video, so that was probably a decent stopping point compared to what I have to say next. So I'm going to just save that for the next part, so I will continue that story in part 21. I will see you there.